Alright, so good day everyone. This is Teacher Michelle, and today we are going to discuss or we are going to review the course Stylistic and Discourse Analysis. So are you ready? Let's proceed now. Okay, the first question. It is a phonic substance wherein its unit consists of 20 vowels and 24 consonants. Which of the following is referred to? We have letter A, the sounds, B, segmental, the C, phonic, and D, suprasegmental. Which do you think is the correct answer for the question number 1? Okay, I'll give you 5 seconds. Okay, what is the correct answer for the number 1? It is the letter B. Segmental. What do we mean by segmental? Okay, segmental pertains to the distinct sounds units found in a language. Namely, these are the vowels and the consonants. These are the sounds that are blended together to create words. Okay? So, based on the description given in the question, a phonic substance wherein its unit consists of 20 vowels and 24 consonants. So, we can say that it aligns with the definition. Okay? Do you have any questions? You can comment down below. Okay, let's proceed to the incorrect letters or the incorrect answers. The first one is the sounds. Why is it incorrect? While segmentals are all about sounds, the term sounds is too broad. It could refer to any auditory phenomena, not specifically to linguistic units or what we call the phonemes. It is made up of vowels and consonants. Another one, we have the phonic. Phonic relates to sounds or the use of sound, especially in speech. It is an adjective, not a noun or a concept that directly refers to a linguistic unit, made up of vowels and consonants. How about the suprasegmental? The suprasegmental refers to the features that go above the level of the individual sounds, such as these are the intonations, stress, and rhythm. They do not include individual vowels or consonants, but rather the prosodic features that overlay them. Okay, is that clear? Let's proceed now to the number 2 questions. We have, which of the following relates to how texts are held together lexically and grammatically as a whole? We have the letter A, parallelism, B, coherence, C, cohesion, and letter D, grammatical. Okay, I'll give you 5 seconds to give your answer. Okay, what is the correct answer for the number 2? We have the letter C, the cohesion. What do we mean by cohesion? It refers to the linguistic elements that help link sentences and parts of a text together. That's what we are looking, right? It involves the lexical and the grammatical connections. What are those? Those are the pronouns, the conjunctions, repetitions, and the synonyms for lexical links. Okay? So, it aligns with the question that we have in the number 2. So, let's proceed now to the incorrect answers. Those are the parallelism, coherence, and the grammatical. First is the parallelism. It means that it refers to the balance or symmetry in sentence structure, not the connectedness of a whole text. You have to remember that. Another one, we have the coherence. Coherence is related, but it refers to the logical flow or the clarity of ideas in a text, not just the grammatical or lexical connection. Based on the question earlier, we are looking for the texts that are held together lexically and grammatically as a whole. That's why coherence is incorrect. Okay, the last one is the grammatical. We know that this is a general term and does not specifically relate to how a text is held together lexically and grammatically as a whole, but it refers more to rules of syntax and the word formation. Okay, is that clear? Okay, we have the number 3 question. This refers to a grammatical framework that grew out of the analysis of spoken and written linguistic discourse. What is being referred to? Letter A, the unity of structure. Letter B, the grammar structure. The letter C, discourse grammar. The letter D is the critical and discourse. Okay, I'll give you 5 seconds to think of your answer. Okay, let's reveal now the correct answer. We have the letter C. Okay, the discourse grammar. Okay, what do you mean by discourse grammar? It is a grammatical framework that emerged from analyzing how language is actually used in spoken and written discourse. So this is what we are looking. It includes the sentence connectors, those are the however, moreover, the discourse markers. What are those? The well, you know. Okay, another one, we have the structural patterns. Okay, the structural patterns that appear in real-life language use, especially in context. Now, let's proceed to the incorrect answers, which are the unity of structure, grammar structure, and the critical and discourse. Let's discuss first the unity of structure. What is that? This is not recognized grammatical framework. It is a vague phrase that could refer to a cohesion or coherence but lacks specific meaning in linguistic theory. While the grammar structure, it is too general. This could refer to any structure within a grammar, like the sentence structure or the sentence construction, but not specifically to grammar based on a discourse analysis. Lastly, we have the critical and discourse. What do we mean by that? This appears to be an incomplete or incorrectly phrased term. It is possibly aims to refer critical discourse analysis, or what we call the CDA, which is a method of examining power, ideology, and society through language use. That is based on our research. However, CDA is not a grammatical framework, but a CDA, or the critical discourse analysis, it is not a grammatical framework but a method within a discourse studies. Okay, is that clear? Question number 4. The following are the different ways to achieve lexical cohesion which does not belong. A. Synonym. B. Repetition. C. Deviation. And D. Meronymy. Okay, let's reveal the correct answer for the number 4. We have the letter C, the deviation. What do you mean by deviation? It does not belong among the list because it refers from norms or expected patterns, not a cohesive link between words. That's why deviation is the correct answer. Now, let's proceed to incorrect letters or the incorrect words that we have in these choices. The first, what do you mean by synonym? Using words with similar meanings, like for example, a child and kid. It creates cohesion vocabulary. Number 1, we have the repetition. This is all about repeating keywords, ties sentences, and ideas together clearly, reinforcing meaning and aiding continuity. Like for example, we have the sentence here, the dog bark. Ayan. Okay. Meronymy. Okay, this is a whole relationship. Such relationship creates lexical ties between related, contributing to cohesion. In contrast, deviation does not create links between words, but instead, it breaks expectation. It often used for stylistics. Okay, let's proceed now to the question number 5. Sign means in conversational analysis transcription. Letter A, the latched utterances. The letter B, the stress. The letter C, shift into high pitch. And the letter D, falling in. The correct answer for the question number 5. A. In conversation analysis or CA transcription, the equal sign indicates that one speaker's utterance is latched directly into the next, with no perceptible pause between them, and this can occur either between two turns by different speakers or within a single speaker's turns. Let us now proceed in discussing the incorrect letters or the incorrect answers. We have the stress. It is usually marked by underlining or other specific symbols in CA transcription and not the equal signs. Another one, we have the shift into high pitch. A pitch shift is typically marked with an upward arrow or other intonation markers and not the equal signs. And lastly, we have the falling intonation. This is often represented by a period at the end of the phrase and not the equal sign. So the correct answer for this question is the letter A. Okay, question number 6. What particular feature of level of stylistics where statistician can reasonably explore and give descriptions of the physical appearance of literary text? That is the question. A, the graphological. The letter B, the syntactic. Letter C, lexicosemantic. And the letter D, linguistic. Okay, now, what is the correct answer for the number 6? Alright, we have the letter A, the graphological. What do we mean by graphological? Okay, in stylistics, it focuses on the visual and physical of a literary text. And those are the punctuation, capitalization, and size, the line breaks, and also the layout on the page. So in the question number 6, we have the word or the keyword here. It gives descriptions of the physical appearance of literary text. So we can say that it aligns with the correct answer, which is the graphological. Now, let us proceed in discussing the incorrect answer. The first one is the syntactic. What is syntactic? This level deals with the sentence structure and grammar, such as word order and clause types, not the visual form. So basically, this is not the correct answer. Another one is the lexicosemantic. It focuses on the word choice and meaning, including the figure of speech, connotations, and the denotations, and not the physical appearance. That's why it is incorrect. Lastly, we have the linguistic. So when we say linguistic, broad term covering all aspects of language, but it is not a specific stylistic level focused solely in the visual features. Okay, are we all clear with that? Alright, question number 7. Which refers to the intentional selection or choice of language outside of the normal language? We have the letter A, style as conformity. Letter B, style situation. Letter C, style as deviation. And letter D, style as choice. Alright, what's the correct answer for the number 7? We have the letter C. That is correct. Letter C, the style. What do we mean by that? Deviation or a style deviation refers to the intentional use of language that breaks away from the norms of standard usage. So this can include the unusual grammar or the creative metaphors, invented words, or unexpected structures. It often is found in a literary text to achieve special effects or draw attention. Okay, that's why letter C is the correct answer, the style deviation. Now, we are going to correct answers. Those are the style as conformity, using language that are linguistic norms. It is the opposite of deviation, focusing on fitting in with expected usage. One, we have the style as situation. It emphasizes the language style depends on the context or settings, not on breaking norms. Another one is we have the style as choice. Okay, in style as choice, it highlights the style involves deliberate selection among language options, but it doesn't necessarily mean that those choices are out. Okay, question number 8. Cohesion can be achieved through using words in a text. And what kind of lexical cohesion is that? We have lexical, letter B, synonymy, letter C, the collocation, and the letter D, the conjunctive. What is the correct answer for the number 8? We have the letter C, the collocation. What do you mean by the collocation? It refers to the habitual or the conventional pairing of words that naturally go together in a language. Well, in terms of lexical cohesions, collocation helps tie parts of a text, especially are commonly associated even if they are not directly repeated or synonymous. Let's discuss the incorrect answers. We have the elliptical. In elliptical, this refers to the ellipsis. It is a grammatical cohesion device where parts of a sentence are left out because they are understood from the context. We have the word synonymy. What does that mean? Okay, and this involves using synonyms to create cohesion, which is different from the associative pairing found in a collocation. And lastly, we have the conjunctive. It is a type of grammatical cohesion, not lexical. It involves using conjunctions or linking words such as however, therefore. It is used to connect ideas. Question number 9. Which of the following is not one of the ways to signal that the speaker to the end of his or we have the letter A, using signal or anyway. Letter B, through eye contact, body position, movement, and voice pitch. Letter C, use of falling intonation and then pausing. And letter D, pausing in the middle of Okay, let's reveal now the correct answer. What is the correct answer for this number or this question? Number 9. We have the letter D, pausing in the middle of sentence. The option D is not the way to signal that a speaker has come to the end of his or her turn. Okay? In letter A, using signal or anyway, these are verbal cues often used by speakers to indicate they are wrapping up their point or preparing to yield the floor. The true eye contact or body position, movement, and voice pitch. These are the non-verbal cues such as eye contact, body orientation, and vocal tone are very important in turn taking. You have to note that. For example, a speaker might look directly at the listener or shift a way to signal that they are finished speaking. So basically, this is not the correct answer. Okay, use of falling intonation and then pausing. Falling intonation at the end of phrase or sentence often signals completion. Pausing right after this intonation also marks the end of the turn, indicating that a speaker has finished. Okay? A pause in the middle of sentence usually indicates hesitation, thinking, or to continue thinking. It does not signal the end of a turn and often invites listener to wait or possibly take the floor if the speaker is unsure. So, the correct answer for this question is the letter, what? Letter. Okay, question number 10. Who was the sociologist that was credited in founding conversational analysis? Letter A, Harley Sachs. Letter B, Harris Quink. Letter C, Harley Sachs. Letter D, Harvey Sachs. The correct answer is letter D, Harvey Sachs. Okay, Harvey Sachs is a professor of anthropology and sociology at the University of California. Letter A, B, and C is incorrect. The other options are misspellings or incorrect names. That's why the correct answer in this question is letter